Hi all. In this session, we will showcase the capabilities of the SentinelOne EDR in detecting and blocking a malware along with its features. To demonstrate these capabilities, I will simulate a ransomware attack on a test machine that has a SentinelOne agent already installed and observe how EDR responds to such threats in real time. Ideally, I will be running this in detect only mode to see how the SentinelOne identifies and alerts us to the ransomware attack without taking any immediate action to block it. But in block mode, it will not only detects the ransomware but also blocks it. Okay, so I have already downloaded the ransomware sample on the test machine to simulate a real world scenario, and I have created a desktop shortcut that points to the ransomware files in a way named in a way to look genuine to trick the user. Also, I have some of the sample files in different formats to see what happened to the files after this encryption complete. When a user clicks on this shortcut, the ransomware is detonated and start performing its own intended malicious activity. Since the SentinelOne is currently in detect only mode, we can notice the malicious process are being executed, allowing the ransomware to continue its operation without any interruption. Just for the demo purpose. Now, while the ransomware is running in the background, I will show the management console interface where we can monitor all the activities, events, and the statuses in real time. The dashboard section gives a holistic view of all our alerts, the status of the EDR agents, and the number of assets being monitored. So it will quickly give the overall security posture of our environment. Next, moving on to the inventory section. This gives detailed information about the assets coverage which we saw in the dashboard page. Here we can see the list of devices with SentinelOne agents installed and also its key metrics like agent state, the number of active alerts on each agent, the health status, and when the device was last active. Next, moving on to the alert section. Here all the triggered alerts are displayed which are detected by the SentinelOne agents either as malicious or suspicious activity. So here we have the capability to drill down into each alert for more details, where we can view or change the status of the alerts, assign them to the analyst for any security analyst for further action on the detection details along with the indicators of the attack. Let's see the status of the ransomware that we have deployed. It's still running. So let's investigate further based on the storyline it created. So SentinelOne has a unique feature called a storyline which connects the event from various sources to create a narration of the attack, making it easier to understand. Let me start with one of the first alert that triggered when the ransomware was executed. As you can see, the ransomware process was initiated by the user through the explorer.exe and it created multiple child processes. to perform its own activities like encrypting the user files, deleting the restore points, etc. Each process has its own set of informations, the command that it executed, the indicators of attack within the specific timeline. At the bottom we could see that. So here we can see the details of the events, like what command line was used, the processes associated with the malware, and the indicators of the attack and other critical information, so which helps us to understand the sequence and provides insight on the attack. So now we can see that the ransomware is fully deployed, encrypting all the user files, leaving a ransom note with the details on the ransom payment and the information on how to get the data back. If you could see the sample files that we have kept for reference, so all the files has been encrypted with WannaCry encryption and then leaving a ransomware note. So here it has a link for the payment to pay via bitcoins, and once the payment is complete, they will give us a decryptor tool where we can use it to decrypt the encrypted files. As mentioned earlier, I have run this simulation with the detect mode. We can change to block mode in order to prevent that happen in the beginning itself. So in the protect mode, we have a protection level to kill the process and quarantine the malware file, or remediate and roll back, which means that it will take a snapshot of that particular machine before the infection and it will restore the same. Along with that, we have the steps to mitigate the endpoint remotely, where we can do it manually here. So we can isolate the endpoints from the network in order to prevent it moving laterally to other devices, and we can run some script remotely to manually remove this infected files, etc. So this is the ransomware node. Once the ransomware process is complete, it will let us know what to do next. So this concludes our demo. So we have seen how SentinelOne detects and responds the ransomware attack in both detect and block mode, as well as how we can use the management console to monitor and manage the threats. Thank you.